what's up everybody, welcome back to Spiggs Gaming, and today I'm going to be reacting to a Halo lore video, the backstory to the Hunters. So this seems like it's going to be really interesting, because I feel like we never really find anything out about the Hunters in the games, in the comics, in the books. Maybe in the books, I've only read like one book so far out of the entire series. I've read The Fall of Reach because I knew that it told the story of Chief and the Spartan Chipogram, so I've only read that book, but I'm gonna read more. But yeah, so let's get into it.
Today we're gonna go over the history of one of the most interesting species in Halo, the Legola. Greeting Halo followers, continuing with our history of series and Halo lore every Thursday. We'll take a look at the most misunderstood species of the Covenant, the Legola, a powerful and reserved species within the Covenant that served a multitude of purposes. Legola, most commonly seen by human as Covenant hunters or Megalical, served many purposes within the Covenant prior to the Great Schism. The Legola are an eel or worm-like species varying in weight and size. Generally, an individual Legola is around 1.5 meters, which is 5 feet long, and weighs anywhere from 5 to 30 kilograms, which is 12 to 65 pounds. The Legola are a colony-forming species that, when in a colony, can form sapient and intelligent units that are more akin to singular body, where each Legola serves as an organ, like units sending and receiving neural and hormonal transmissions. The Hunters are the most rare colony within the Legola, tower above all the other Covenant races over 12 feet tall. Usually an individual hunter is actually one half of a larger colony, with the colony split into two individuals, both fitted with original resilient armor plating as well as formable fuel rod cannons.
They're kind of like Bane from like Batman.
Rarely seen due to the bond
it's like they have like
the
things on their arms
derived from the same colony. In battle, the two Bond brothers are deployed together, and if one falls, the other one will often go in extreme rage.
That's why they always get mad.
Can form into any different kind of individual bodies for any number of reasons, and have been seen forming oversized hunters as well as inner workings of the Covenant Scarab assault vehicle and the form. Now, how did the already existing Covenant tame this large colony of these worms that were also very, very intelligent, and some could say even more intelligent with more potential than the entire Covenant itself? Well, from the world of T, the Legola were born. T, a gaseous celestial body, was only gaseous after the extreme consumption and passing of many foreigner artifacts by the Legola, who were nourished by the minerals. Upon this discovery by the early Covenant, the age of conversion, which was at 784 BC, the Legola were thought of as heretics, desecrating the sacred foreigner artifacts. Because of this, the hierarchs decided to exterminate the species. As you can see, it didn't really turn out that way. However, the outright destruction of the Legola would result in a complete loss of the foreigner artifacts they resided in. Therefore, the Covenant waged a short and bloody ground campaign against the Legola, while the Arbiter of the time studied them.
Wow.
The Arbiter, eventually convinced that the Legola could be tamed and reasoned with, brought this information to the High Council. After extensive losses on the ground, the Covenant threatened to glass the planet and exterminate the species if they could not cooperate.
Dang.
The Legola, concerned with the survival of its species, agreed to be integrated with Covenant, becoming the first species to join after the original Writ of Union between San'Chium and the Singeli. This event would later become known as the Taming of the Legola. During the Human
Legola.
Covenant War, Legola were mainly used as hunters or scarabs due to their destructive capabilities because of how the Legola were conscripted into the Covenant, which was mainly by force. They were extremely reserved. Many, if not all Legola, disregarded the Covenant religion in its great journey, much like the Ungoi. However, unlike the Ungoi, the Legola were pretty clear that they did not want to be in this. Most Legola, and rightfully, felt superior to lesser species within the Covenant, often ignoring them and their value. Sanchiam and the Singeli are exception to this rule, as the Legola depended on the will of the hierarchs for their survival as a species. They respect the extreme ability of the Singeli as warriors, so they respected the Sanchiam as well as the elites, but all the other species they didn't really care about because more than likely they were also forced into the Covenant. This complete disregard towards lesser Covenant resulted in abnormally high rate of friendly fire from the hunters in combat. Aside from combat though, the Legola were used to explore the innards of the foreigner dreadnought on the Covenant holy city High Charity. Despite their respect for the Singeli, it should be noted that a number of Legola remained loyal to the Covenant loyalists after the Great Schism. Presumably this is due to a secure and known lifestyle within the Covenant, or perhaps it was just for security. However, it was thought that the majority resided with the Covenant separatists and the Singeli. Most like a lot of the Covenant species, not much is known of the Legola after the Human Covenant War, other than the fact that many joined the Singeli Jumadama and his reconstructed Covenant. At this point, we just don't know. And that concludes the known history of the Legola.
Okay, a couple of thoughts. I didn't like the way the guy said Sanghili. He kept saying Sangeli. And it's Sanghili, or at least that's how I've heard it pronounced in many videos that I've watched. And, actually, was it actually in the game that they said that? Or something like that? I don't know. But, I kind of feel like all of the members of the Covenant, at one point or another, they're, like, forced into the Covenant. Like, the grunts, they were basically told that if you don't come with us, we're going to kill you. And we're going to glass your entire planet. And so they did. They all went with the elites, and then they joined the Covenant and all that stuff. I don't think I've seen anything about the elites yet. Like, I think I need to. But and now the Legola, I gotta pronounce all these names right. But it's like, oh, why can't people just this is very sad. And the guy said that that they joined Julim Dama, and if they did, I don't remember it being in the 5th game where Julim Dama, where like you ended up killing him, or in the Spartan Ops where you actually see him for the first time. Like, I know in Spartan Ops they were in there, but I don't know if in Halo 4 there were hunters. I haven't played that game in a long time, but I know that they are in Halo 3, but I think that's the last time you see them. I think, at least. Comment down below and tell me if I'm wrong or something like that. I haven't played the games in a while, so I don't really know. I know they were in ODST, but I don't know if they were in Reach. I want to say that they were in Reach. But Reach takes place before Halo CE, and all that stuff, so that kind of makes sense about why they would be there. But, yeah, this video was very informative, and I'm kind of confused. I don't know why they got rid of the hunters in the first place, because they were amazing. Same with the brutes. Like, in the latest Halo game, the brutes, I still get scared. And I'm on my 2nd playthrough of the game, by the way, and I absolutely hate the berserkers, the ones that, it's like, I think the weapon called them crazed, and, they are very, very scary. And if you have noise canceling headphones on and you turn up the volume a lot and it is like dead silent in whatever like place you're in, and suddenly you hear a faint growling in the background and you're like, oh god, it's coming. Ugh. It still gets me. It still gets me. Okay, everybody, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, then be sure to smash the like button because that'll help out the channel tremendously. Comment down below what you guys think of this video and let me know about, you know, like when the hunters were there in certain games and when they weren't and stuff like that, because I haven't played the games in a while. And be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I post videos so you do not miss me doing any more reactions or doing any more blind video game playthroughs. Hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you guys soon. Bye everybody.